Good morning, everyone. So, as we decided, we will be doing English language today, direct and indirect speech, which is given as chapter number 19 in your grammar books. Okay. So, I hope you people are ready with it. So, let's get started with the direct and indirect speech. Now, before getting into the detailed explanation of what direct speech is or what an indirect speech is, let us observe the following sentence. The first sentence is Harry said, I am very tired now. And the following sentence is saying, Harry said that he was very tired then. Now, what do we observe? That both the sentences, they are same in meaning. Okay, both the sentences have the same meaning, but they are communicated in two different ways, right? While the next couple of sentences, Hermione said to Ron, I can do it. Hermione told Ron that she could do it. Again, what do we observe? That these two sentences, this pair of sentences, it is same in meaning. They both the sentences are same in meaning again, but their structure or the way of or the way in which they are communicated, that is different. Now, what difference lie? Where does the difference lie? The difference lies here when you see the first sentence. Harry said, I am very tired now. And when you look at the third sentence, Hermione said to Ron, I can do it. What do we see is that the actual words of the speaker have been quoted over here. Okay, the actual words which have been spoken by the speaker, they are quoted over here. I am very tired now. These are the actual words which Harry said, right? Similarly, I can do it. These were the actual words which Hermione said to Ron. But when we come over to the second sentence, second part of both the sentences, what do we see? We see that the actual words of the speaker have not been quoted. Okay, the words have been modified. Similarly, in the fourth sentence, the second part of the second sentence, second example, here also the words have been modified. Okay, so this is the these are the two ways in which we can report any speech, right? So these are the two ways in which we can report any speech, and this this we categorize as direct and indirect speech. Okay, so the first sentence is what? It is written in direct speech. Harry said, I am very tired now, where the actual words have been quoted, then this is known as direct speech. Whereas when the words are modified or they are not the actual words as spoken by the speaker, but the meaning should be the same. The meaning should not change, right? So that is known as indirect speech. Okay. And how do we, what is the difference or how do we write down the direct and indirect speech? What is the structure? So the structure, as you can observe, is we write the reported verb. This is the reported verb, and then we put a comma, and we write the reported speech in the inverted commas, double inverted commas. This is the way to write down a direct speech. Okay, the full stop will also come within the inverted commas and not here. Okay, so what do? We write the subject, then we write the reporting verb, and then we put a comma. After that, we begin the inverted commas. The inverted commas open, and then we write the reported speech. After that, we put the punctuation mark whatsoever is desired, whether a full stop or a question mark or an exclamation mark, and then we close the inverted commas. Okay, we do not place the inverted commas, we do not place the punctuation marks outside the inverted commas. It should be within the inverted commas only. Okay. So, and while in the indirect speech, the second sentence, Harry said that he was very tired. Then what do we do here? We we do not place any inverted commas or comma. Okay, that these things are removed, and in place of comma, generally or mostly, that comes in between. Okay, this word that, it comes in between in most of the transformation, not in all but most of the transformation. And while we will study further, we'll know where we do not place a that. Okay, and then the transformation. Okay, the rules which we will do, that comes after that. Then we place, then we end the sentence with the correct punctuation mark. Okay, I'm not getting into the detail right now that how this I got changed into he and am changed into was. This we'll be doing later. Right now you just have to observe that how do we write a direct speech and how do we write an indirect speech. Okay, just observe that where the comma has been placed, where the inverted commas have been placed, and what happens in the indirect speech when we change it into indirect speech. The inverted commas are removed, the commas are removed. Okay, and then that is placed in between, and the sentence is written just like that. Okay, one important thing again I would like to tell you is that when you are writing a reported speech, which should be within the inverted commas, then the first letter is always a capital letter. Okay, it always starts with a capital letter. So this also you people should keep in your minds. Now look at this sentence. The same example, Harry said, I'm very tired now. What is Harry? Harry is the subject. Okay. Then said is the reporting verb. And the speech which has been quoted, this is known as reported speech. The sentence which has been quoted, the actual words, that is known as reported speech. Okay. So these are the parts of the sentence of a direct speech sentence. All right. So moving on. Now we can very well make out that what is direct and what is indirect speech. So direct speech is that where the message of the speaker is reported in exact word as spoken by him or her, in the exact words, same words, actual words. Okay. For example, again you can see the example. Maya said, I am busy now. Now again, Maya is the subject, said is the reporting verb. Then we place a comma because this is in direct speech. After that, the reported speech has been written and the reported speech comes within the inverted commas. Okay. And the punctuation marks should also come within the inverted commas and not outside the inverted commas again. And the first letter of the sentence of the reported speech is in capital. Right. Now let us look at the indirect speech. What an indirect speech is. Indirect speech is that when we are reporting the message of the speaker in our own words, when we are modifying it, and when we are not uh, telling the exact or actual words of the speaker. But again, the meaning should be the same. The meaning should not change. Okay, whenever you are required or you are asked to transform the sentence. See, this is the major portion of your question. Okay, which is asked in your board's exam also, that you have to transform the sentence. Okay, transformation of sentences come. So you should keep in mind that whenever you are transforming a sentence, whether it is from active to passive or direct to indirect or whatsoever kind of transformation is there, you should just keep in your mind that the meaning should not change. The meaning should remain unaffected. Okay, but again you should know the structure, different structure or different ways of writing the sentence. So again, in indirect speech also, see what is happening. Can we see any comma? No, there's no comma in indirect speech. Can you see any inverted commas? Again, no, there's no inverted comma. And what do we see over here? An addition of the word that. Okay. So this happens mostly in most of the transformation of from direct speech to indirect speech. Now we will come over to the changes. What changes do we observe from direct and indirect speech? So that was the major change. When you will look at the sentence, then you can right away make out whether it is a direct speech or an indirect speech. So when you will see inverted commas, then you will say that yes, it is in direct speech, and when you won't see any inverted commas, then right away you will say that this is an indirect speech. But what are the other changes? Okay, you are required to make other changes as well. So that now we will be doing one by one at a time. So where do changes come? It comes in the reporting verbs, okay, then tenses, modals, time, place, pronouns. Okay, these are some of the examples which I have given where the changes come when we are changing from a sentence from direct speech to indirect speech. Okay, so all these things they change, and how that we will learn. Now, rule number one, let us start with the pronoun. Okay, what happens to the pronoun? See, the pronouns they change when the pronoun is in first person or second person in the indirect speech. Then it changes to the third person in indirect speech. When there is a direct speech and the pronoun is in first person and second person, then they change into what? The third person. And how? Taking into account the gender of the subject. Okay, for example, he said, I am unwell now, or I am unwell. Okay, so what is the subject? The subject is he, right? And in the reported speech, what was it? The pronoun was in first person. I is what? First person. So when it changes into indirect speech, then that I will change depending upon the gender of the subject, and gender of the subject in this sentence is he. So it changes into he again, right? So here you can see that how do pronoun changes and which pronoun changes to what. This has been mentioned in this table. For example, it changes into he or she. Okay, and sometimes it changes into you also when the speaker is addressing the speech to me. Okay, for example, when it is like this, he said to me, you are so and so. Okay, so when this speech is directed towards me, so here I will change into you. We will look into it when we'll do the examples. Again, he changes into he only, she remains she only, we goes into they. Then all these you can see in your on your screens that how do the changes take place. Okay, these in such ways the changes take place. Now, observe the pronouns over here. The examples are given. The beggar said, I understand. Okay, the beggar said, I understand. Now, the beggar is the subject. Okay, said is what? Reporting verb. And I understood is what? Reported speech. Okay, now what was I saying is what is the pronoun which is used in the reported speech is in first person. I is in first person. Okay, so first person changes into he or she depending upon the gender of the subject. And what is the gender of the subject? We are supposing that this beggar is um, in masculine gender. So now I will change into he. Okay, I changes into he. Why? Because the subject is in masculine. Okay, now let us look at the second example. Fortune said to him, I have long wished to help you. Now Fortune is a girl. This is the subject, and the subject is in feminine gender, right? So this I will change into she. Okay, so when the pronoun is in first person, then it changes into he or she depending upon the subject of the gender of the subject. Okay, and we can also see you has been written over here. You is in second person. Okay, so you changes into him depending upon the object of the depending upon the object of the sentence. What was the object? Him was the object. So again him will come in place of you. All right. Now let us move ahead. We will do the first person, second person, and third person one at a time. See, the first person indirect speech changes as per the subject of the speech. He said, I am in class 12. Okay. So what is the subject? Subject is he, and he is in, it is a masculine gender. So what will come in place of I? I is in first person. This pronoun is in first person. So I will change into he because the subject was in first person. Okay. So it is changing into he because he is talking about himself. Okay. When the sentence is when the sentence is written over here, you can I think you can bring out the meaning of the sentence. He said, I am in class 12. So he is telling about himself. Okay. So when we are changing it into indirect speech, then what will come? When we are not reporting, when we are not quoting the exact word of the speaker, then in place of I, he will come because he is saying no. He is saying he is telling about himself. So he will come over here also. Okay. Now let us move ahead. I think this is clear to you all. Now, we come over to the second person of direct speech. The second person, she says to them, you have done your work. What happens to the second person? It changes as per the object of the reporting speech. You have done your work. So here what is it? She says to them. Whom is she saying to? To them. Okay. So what will come over here? They will come over here. All right. It is in third person. The object is in third person. So we will write the subject of the third person. The subject of the third person is they. So they will come over here. Now we come to the third person. The third person of direct speech, it doesn't change. Okay. So now you here you can relax yourselves because you don't have to change. You don't have to learn or memorize that how do we change a third person. So it remains as it is. He says she dances well. He says that she dances well. No change at all. All right. No change in the pronoun. So is this clear to everyone till here? Yes, if it is, then show me your thumbs up. Good. Now we come over to rule number 2, reporting verb. Okay. What does this mean? I told you what a reporting verb is. This said, say, okay, these all words are reporting verb. So when the reporting verb is in past, then all the present tenses are changed to their corresponding past tenses. Okay, we will learn about the change of the tenses after this. So first you should know that whenever there is say is the present form of the verb and said is the past form of the verb say. Okay, so whenever you find the reporting verb is in the past tense. Okay, the first sentence is in direct speech. She said, I am happy. So said is in past tense. So we will be changing the whole of the reported speech into its corresponding past tense. Okay, we will be knowing what the corresponding past tense is. But right now you should just know that whenever you find a said or whenever you find a past tense of the reporting verb, then we have to change the sentence into the past tense. While when it is and also one more thing, in indirect speech, tenses do not change if the words used within the quotes talk of the habitual action or universal truth. Okay, when something is quoted, which is a universal truth, which will not change ever, then also that doesn't come in the that doesn't change get changed into the past tense. For example, the sun rises in the east. It will always rise in the east, so it can never be a thing of the past. Okay, so we do not change a universal truth, or if it is written, if it is quoted like honesty is the best policy. So certain universal truth, such universal truth, they do not get changed into the past form. And also the habitual action, which is the routine work of somebody. that also doesn't change. For example, someone goes to the market every weekend, so that is the routine thing. Okay, so that also doesn't change. So we do not change a universal truth, we do not change a habitual action into the past tense. And the most important thing is when the reporting verb, it is in present tense. For example, you can see over here, she says. Says is the present form, singular present form. Okay, so when the reporting verb is in present tense, then also this reported speech does not change, does not get changed into the past tense. It remains in the present tense only. Okay, you can see she says I am going. I am going is in past. And when we come to the indirect speech, she says she is going. So she is going is also in the I am going is in the present, and she is going is also in the present. Okay, it is the present tense, so it is also the present tense. And why is it why both the sentences are in present? Because the reporting verb is in present tense. Okay, the reporting verb is in present tense, so we are just changing, we are just making the change over here, where we are just making the change in the pronoun and not in the tense. And why not? Because the reporting verb is in present tense. And also when it is in future tense, then also we do not change the tense of the reported speech. For example, she will say, this is in future tense, the reporting verb is in future tense, so the reported speech will remain in the present tense only. Like I am going, so it will be in she is going only form, and not, it will not get changed into past tense, right? Now let us move on and learn about the transformation of direct into indirect speech, um, and the changes we bring in the present tense. When the sentence or when the reported speech is in the present tense, then how do we change it into past tense, or in what form does it get converted to? First is simple present tense. Okay, so there are four forms of present tense: simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. So the first in the list is simple present tense. When when the reported speech is in simple present, then that reported speech changes into simple past. Very easy, very simple. Simple present changes into simple past. Okay, for example, she said, I am unwell. Now, first of all, let us revise, or let us look at the sentence and recall whatever we have done so far. We did that, we learned about what is the subject, what is the reporting verb, what is the reported speech, and how do we change the pronoun. Okay, so she is she is the subject, said is the reporting verb, and I am unwell is the reported speech. Now we will first of all remove comma, and we will place a that when we are changing into indirect speech. See, she will come in place of she only, said will come in place of said, and in place of comma, what we have written? We have written that. So she said that. I think this much is clear to everyone. Now what is the next step? That we have to remove these inverted commas. So we remove the inverted commas. No inverted comma in the indirect speech. Okay. Now, what was next? We learned that the pronoun, the change in pronoun. Okay. So, what is the pronoun in the direct speech? It is in first person. First person changes into the third person depending upon the gender of the subject. What was the gender of the subject? Feminine. Okay. So, I will change into she. Okay. I will change into she. Now, right now we just learned that when the sentence is in simple present, then it changes into simple past. So am is the present form. So what is the past form of am? It is was. Okay, so she was, and the rest of the sentence we will be writing it as it is. Okay, so very we cracked how to transform a direct speech into indirect speech when the direct speech is in simple present tense. So she said that she was unwell. This is how we transform a direct speech into indirect speech when the direct speech is in simple present tense. All right. Now the second tense is present continuous, very obvious. So it is also simple. Present continuous changes to what? It will change to past continuous. Okay, naturally it will change into past continuous. Now let us see. She explained, I am playing the guitar. Okay, see, now we have just begun with the chapter. We have just begun with the, learning the chapter. So I am not telling you the different kinds of reporting verb which is used. It is not always said. Other words can also be used. Okay, so that we will be learning later. Just now we have to focus on the transformation of the tense. Okay, so she explained, I am playing guitar. Now, again, let us crack this one also. She, it is the subject again. Now, till now we learned that said was the reporting verb, explained is also the reporting verb. Okay, this is also the reporting verb. Then the sentence which is written within the inverted commas, that is what? That is the reported speech. Okay. Now let us convert it into the indirect speech. And this reported speech is in what? Present continuous. Okay. So let us change. Convert it into indirect speech. She will remain she only. No change in the subject. Explained, there is no change in the reporting verb also. Removal of comma, addition of that. Okay. Next is what? Removal of inverted commas. Removed. No inverted comma. I will change into she. Now we very well know how to change the pronoun. Am will change into was, and playing will remain playing only. The guitar will come in its place. So whenever a sentence is having a be verb with verb in the ing form, then that sentence is in present continuous tense. Okay. So that sentence is in present continuous tense. This is the way how do we identify a present continuous tense. We have already done that. And then past continuous is what? When the be verb is in past, that is in place of is, am, are, we are using was and were, then that is past continuous. And the verb will be in the ing form only. So in place of am, we wrote was, and playing will come as playing only, and the rest of the sentence is written just like that. Okay, clear? Clear to everyone? Now, the third form is changing present perfect tense. So present perfect will again change into past perfect. Okay. Let us look at the example. He said she has finished her homework. Now he said she has finished her homework. He is the subject. Again, he is the subject. Said is the reporting verb, which is in past. And she has finished her homework is the reported speech. Reported speech is written in, it has been written in the present perfect tense. Okay, present perfect tense. Now we know that present perfect tense, it changes into past perfect. When we are changing direct speech into indirect speech, let us do the conversion, let us do the transformation. He will remain he, said will remain said, comma removed, that inserted, inverted commas are removed again. Now here what is it? She is the pronoun and it is in third person. So third person, do we make any change in the third person? No. Okay. When the pronoun in the reported speech is in third person, then we do not make any change in the pronoun. So she will be written as she only. Has, it shows that the sentence is in present tense. So what is the past form of has? It's had. So has changes into had, right? Then when we write a perfect tense, whether it is present or past, then what is the striking feature of that tense sentence? Perfect means verb should be placed in its third form. Okay, so finished is the third form of the verb finish. Whether it is present or past, the verb will be in third form only. No change in the verb. Where do we have to make the changes? Just in this has or have part. And her homework, it will remain as it is. And moving on to the last part, present perfect continuous tense. Uh, Present perfect continuous tense changes into past perfect continuous tense. It is very easy. Just you have to, all the kinds of present tense get changed into all the kinds of past tense. Okay? No other application of logic or anything else. Just you have to blindly change it into the past tense. Corresponding past tense. This is what I meant when I said that the tenses, present tense get changed into their corresponding past tense. So she said, I have been waiting for 3 hours. Okay, have denotes that it is in present, and been waiting denotes that it is in perfect continuous form. So now have will change into had, and been waiting will remain as it is. So this is only where we have to bring out the change. Okay, this for the tense part only. Okay, however, the pronoun, this we have already done, that I will change into she. Why? Because the subject is in feminine gender. So the pronoun which was in the first person in the direct speech, okay, it changes into she. Now let us look at the rule of time. How does the time change, and what do we mean by time? Suppose there is a now given in the sentence, in the direct speech. So now it changes into then, and these all things you will have to memorize, or otherwise you will not be able to do it. Okay, now becomes then. Now, if now will be there in the direct speech, then in indirect speech, when we change it into indirect speech, then in case of now, we write then. For example, he said, I am unwell now. Then it will change into he said that he was unwell then. Okay, now it's changed into then. Here becomes there, ago becomes before, thus becomes so, today becomes that day, tomorrow becomes the next day, this becomes that, yesterday, the day before, these becomes those. Okay, either becomes neither, come becomes go, and hence become thence. Next week or next month becomes the following week or the following month. If you are sitting with your books, then on page number 132, this table has been given. Okay, so you can just put a tick mark over there and go through that. Page number 132. The third table, change of time expression. Okay, so this is very important. This you should keep in your mind. See, look at the example. The example in the direct speech is, he said, I am going to the market now. So now is the expression of time. So it is getting changed into what? Then. Okay. Are you people following? I am going to the market now. He was going to the market then. Right? Okay. Now, so if you have any question, you can ask. And if not, then we will start with the question round. Does anyone wants to ask anything? Does anybody want to ask anything? No? Okay. So let us begin. Let us first recall. Okay, I'll just summarize it for you. The simple present changes into simple past. Present continuous changes into past continuous. Present perfect changes into past perfect, and present perfect continuous changes into past perfect continuous. And then again you have to pay attention to the pronoun and the time expression. Okay, all these we have learned so far. So So I am giving you, these are the 5 sentences. Now I want every one of you to write down the answers in your copies, and I'm giving you 30 seconds to do this, to write down 5 sentences, or take 45 seconds, and then I'll be asking you the questions. Come on. Are all of you sitting with your copies? Yes? So your time starts now. Start doing. Hurry up. Okay, time's up. Now stop writing and start giving the answer. Let me see who will give the first answer. Come on, raise your hands fast. Okay, the first one to raise the hand was Arpit. Now, Arpit, you get the chance to answer the first sentence. To answer the first question.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, child. Give the answer.
Ma'am, the answer is she said that she had baked the cake.
Very good. Very good. She said that she had baked a cake. Okay. Now, all those
Yes,
who have
ma'am.
written the answers, have you all got your answers correct? Just check it, and if not, then rectify it. She said that she had baked a cake. Very well. Perfect answer. Now, question number 2. Let me see who raises the hand first. Come on, hurry up. Yashi.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
The answer is she said that she had baked the cake.
Okay, both the sentences are same. Give the answer
Yes,
for
ma'am.
the third one.
Ma'am, the answer for the third one is he said that she had written 3 letters for her friend.
Very good. She said that, he said that she had written 3 letters for her friend. Very good. Next, who will
Thank
give
you,
the
ma'am.
answer? Khushi.
Ma'am, the answer for the
Fourth one. Yes.
fourth one is the doctor said that he will do the operation.
Why are you transforming says into said? What is the reporting verb? Says. So say it again.
The doctor says that he will do the operation.
Very good. The doctor says that he'll do the operation. Very good. Why has she not changed the sentence in the reported speech? Because the reporting verb is in present tense. Okay. Very good, Khushi. Next, she said, I am a student now. Let me see who will give the answer. Athar. Yes, Athar.
Ma'am, she said that she is a student now.
Is there anyone who disagrees with his answer? Shubhi, you want to say anything? Is Athar correct? Shubhi Verma.
Ma'am, I think he is correct.
What? Come
Ma'am,
again.
I think he is correct.
He's correct. Okay. Judaria, what do you have to say? Judaria, Ubaid.
He is wrong.
Okay, what should be the correct answer then?
She said that she is a student then.
She is a student then.
Yes, ma'am. She said that she is a
Okay,
student.
now
then.
tell me that what is the reported speech? Just the reported speech. I am a student now. It is the reported speech, right? And it is in
Yes, ma'am.
it is in simple present tense. So when we change a simple present into simple past, then what do? We will change this am into was. Okay. So Atharv, Juveria, and Shubhi, the answer will be she said that she was a student then. Am will also get changed, right? Okay, we did the tenses also, no? So am will also get changed. It
Yes,
will also get changed into was, right? So make this, do this correction in your copies. Otherwise, well tried. You people change now into then, but then you have to keep everything in your mind while doing the transformation. Okay. Juveria, mute yourself. Next, let us move on. Now again, I'm giving you. Now I'll give you 30 seconds. Come on, do these 5 sentences fast. Hurry up.
Jayanti Rastogi. Are you from class 7?
Okay. So now let us begin with the answer. Ruth said, "I am writing a poem." Who will give the answer? Raise your hands. Ummeed. Yes, Ummeed. Ummeed, you are supposed to answer if you can hear me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, Ruth said that she was writing a poem.
Very good. Ruth said that she was writing a poem. Now, can you tell me, Ummeed, that what kind of tense is written in the reported speech?
I'm present. No.
Present what?
I'm present tense.
Okay.
I'm
But
present
what form of?
continuous tense.
Yes. See, here it is present continuous tense, children. So she has very correctly transformed it into past continuous. So Ruth said that she was writing a poem. Very good, Ummi. Next, Sam said to me, "You have worked very hard." Who will give the answer? Shubh Shivastav. Yes, Shubh. I can't hear you, child. I'll have to mute you. Anyone else? Vartul. Yes, Vartul.
Ma'am, Sam said to me,
Then
Ma'am, Sam said to me that I have worked very hard.
I have worked. Anyone else who
Yes.
wants to be first with his answer?
Ma'am, I had worked.
I had work. Okay, good. Now here what we see, said to me. Okay, so this whenever you find a said to in the reporting verb, then that gets changed into told. So this can the indirect speech will be, the sentence in the indirect speech will be, Sam told me that I had worked very hard. I had worked very hard. Why I is coming? Because the speaker is addressing the speech to me. Okay, good. Vartul. Next, Chris said, "I have done all the washing." Will give the answer. Tanishka Sharma. Come on, hurry up. Tanishka.
Chris said that he had done all the washing.
He again has.
Chris said that he had done all the washing.
Very good. Correct. Chris said that he had, had done all the washing. Correct. Hina said, "This is the beginning." Hina said, "This is the beginning." Anyone who has not got the chance to answer, come on, raise your hands. Let me see. Akshita Yadav. Akshita Yadav. What happened? Have you people not transformed this sentence?
Ma'am,
Yes.
Ma'am, Hina said that is the beginning.
It was the beginning. Okay. Hina said that it was the beginning. Okay. Next, the teacher said to the students, the sun rises in the east. Yes, Arpit.
Ma'am, the teacher said to the student that that sun rising. The sun.
See, the sun rises in the east. It's a universal truth, no? So it will not get changed.
Yes,
The,
ma'am.
the sun rises in
Yes,
the
ma'am.
east. It will remain as it is. So the teacher uh, said to the students that the sun rises in the east. Okay, because I have not told you how to change the reporting verb. Otherwise, the answer will be the teacher told the students that the sun rises in the east, or the teacher explained to the students that the sun rises in the east. Okay, this is the correct way of writing the sentence in the indirect speech. Okay, good, Arpit. The
Thank you,
last
ma'am.
set of 5 sentences. Yes, Shubi. Alicia said, I enjoyed all festivals.
Ma'am, the answer will be Alicia said that she enjoys all festivals.
Alicia said that she enjoys all festivals. Okay, good. Then next is Sanvi. Sanvi, you will give the answer. Ben said, we are going to Dubai.
Ben said that we are going to.
They were going
We
to.
were we were going to Dubai.
Not we. We will change into they. Okay. So they were going to Dubai. Ben said that they were going to Dubai. Next, Uncle Joe said, I have enjoyed this meal. Uncle Joe said, I have enjoyed this meal. Kushi? Yes, Kushi.
Ma'am, the answer will be Uncle Joe said that he had enjoyed this meal.
Enjoyed that meal. This will change into that. Okay? Uncle Joe said that he had enjoyed that meal. Okay, good. Sneha said, I go to the temple every Tuesday. Who will give the answer? Yes, Yashi.
Sneha said that she goes to the temple every Sunday.
Every Tuesday. Why? Because it is the habitual action. It is her daily.
Yes,
It is her
ma'am.
routine. Okay. Now the last, he said it is really cold today. Here is will be there. Okay. It is really cold today. Nandika, give the answer.
Ma'am,
Nandika.
the answer.
Yes, yes. He said that it was really cold that day. Okay. The answer will be he said that it was really cold that day. So I hope you people have understood the chapter this much. Okay, and tomorrow again we'll be taking up direct and indirect speech, and if you have any question or problem, I'll take up tomorrow, because today we don't have any time left, right? So go through it, try to do the do the exercises, and if you have any problem, if you find any problem, then you can come up with those problems tomorrow, right? Tomorrow again sit with your language books. Okay, so thank you, children.